On April 22nd, 2021, the environmental drilling crew finished well number 6 of 6 total 100-foot wells on the Hibner's home property in Penfield. Join us now to watch this video to learn more about the amazing process to drill geothermal wells. So you can see the process here. They tied 2 wells together, put the internal core there, and then the machine starts to drill.
So are they pushing this like inner tube down further and further? Is that what's happening?
And as they're drilling down, this is the excavations that are coming. They're pulling that up so that we have a clear space for all the piping to go into.
Okay. Do they put the pipe in before they go to the next well?
I believe they will, because that would make the most sense.
Yep.
Because, I mean, there's always a chance that after you drill, if it's sitting, it can cave in on itself.
It could collapse.
Yeah, it could collapse.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I'm just curious, but
Hey, hello everybody. Today is April 7th. It's Wednesday, and I'm interviewing Zach Parker from ACES. And yesterday the drillers started. They were hitting normal dirt down to a certain level. Then they ran into some water and some geological formation that caused them to change how they're going to drill today. Zach, what did they do? What happened?
Well, basically they hit some silty material that didn't have a lot of moisture, and it was locking up the drill bit, if you will, and no drill shavings or anything was coming up, so they were basically having an issue with the drill bit getting locked up. So they're switched methods. They're using a different type of bit. They actually get mud involved to try and keep the hole open, if you will, and basically it's just a different process, different drill bit to get through different types of geological conditions.
And you mentioned in the drilling experience, usually the first well takes the longest. Why is that?
Oh, I think it's just sometimes about figuring out the geological conditions, and then the guys kind of get a program down, and then kind of know what to expect on the next few holes.
So at this house, we're planning on how many wells for the
4
geothermal system?
4 is the plan. Now that's always subject to change if things need to be changed, but it's sounding like they think they're going to be able to go to 150 foot depth and do the 4 wells here. Excellent.
Now, do they put the tubing down in the well before they move on to the next one? Or how does that work in terms of is it called HDPE?
That's right, high density polyethylene pipe.
How does that get installed?
Yeah, they put it down in as they go. And then actually, so when they're done and they move on to the next one, you'll see a well sitting there with 2 pipes sticking out of the ground. So when the well drillers actually leave, you'll see 4 spaces where there's 2 geothermal pipes sticking out of the ground, and that's at the point where we come in with a small excavator and we dig around each well. We get down to a depth of about 7 feet, connect them all together with kind of a manifold, and then connect the loop field into the house.
Fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see that whole process occur, because until the well is dug and everything's tied in, there's not really going to be an installation inside the house. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep, that'll be the next part. After the loop field, then we'll do the inside part.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering the questions. I'm sure lots of people are interested in how this is working. Appreciate that. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, everybody, here we are at the end of day 2 of drilling, and we're still on well number 1. So we've had some issues. After day 1, they realized that they were having trouble keeping the hole open. So they started using drilling mud to inject down into the well to keep it open so they could drill further. They got down to 102 feet and found bedrock. And it took them an hour to go another 5 feet in bedrock, and the hole kept collapsing on them. So they decided to stop at 100 feet, and basically we have the approval to go ahead and put in 6 wells of 100 feet each for the total of 600 feet. But at the end of the day, when they went to put down the loop, when they went to put it down, they only could get it down to 70 feet, and it hung up. So they're going to have to come back again tomorrow and try again to open this well. and put the loop, the geothermal fluid loop back down to the 100-foot level, and then they can move on to well number 2. So instead of putting in 4 wells 150 feet each, 10 feet apart, they probably will at this point be putting in 6 wells of approximately 8 feet or so apart over the remainder of the area here. So problems, the geology of 85 High Ledge Drive is kicking back at the drillers, but this is fairly typical, as I understood, that, it's the first well, they learn how to do the first one, and then the remaining wells go much, much faster. So I'm anticipating that on Thursday, April 8th, we should get our first well completed and the plastic pipe, geothermal pipe down in the hole, and hopefully by the end of day 3 they will have been able to move on to start drilling well number 2, and maybe even, who knows, maybe even complete well number 2. So that's the update from the project today. And yeah, that hole is causing some problems. It's the geology of my home that is just not cooperating the way we want it to, but I have confidence in these gentlemen. They know what they're doing. They're really super professionals, and they keep coming back day after day and finding new ways to beat the geology of High Ledge Drive. Okay, once they finish well number 1, they start moving to well position or well. Al Hibner again. It's about 5 o'clock or so on April 8th. That's Thursday. This is now the 3rd day of drilling, and they have completed the first well and actually have now moved on to the second location for well number 2. I found out that well number 2 on day 3 here got down to about 70 feet. So seems like they should easily be able to finish well number 2 tomorrow on Friday, the 9th of April, and move on to well number 3. It is Tuesday, April 13th. This is actually the 6th day that the drilling rig has been on site, and we've had a bit of an adventure. After Friday, April 9th, there was a breakdown of the pump that pumps the water down the well, and they had to get equipment actually FedExed in overnight, pulled right off the line of the company that manufactures this equipment. So today, actually Monday the 12th, and today in the morning on the 13th, they had to install the new equipment. You can actually see the nice bright blue pump equipment pieces over there that were added to this rig from a company called CME. So what they did today was they got the rig fixed and they started to finalize this well, and you can see that right here because they've actually put the ground loop, the HDPE, high density polyethylene pipe, down well number 2. So this well is finished, and tomorrow on the 14th, Wednesday the 14th of April, what they'll do is move this rig to well location number 3 and start our 3rd well. And with 3 more days this week left, the guys were hoping that they could do 2 or 3, maybe 3 more wells, well a day potentially. Well number 2 totally finished. Machine is repaired. That completes our little update as of Tuesday, April 13th. Total days, day number 6 of the drilling rig being on site. Okay, this is day number 7 of the drilling rig being on site. It is Wednesday, April 14th, and it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. So you can see here the HDPE, the high density polyethylene tubing is sticking out of the ground for well number 2. So that's been finished. Well number 2 is finished this morning. Again, well number 1 is under that oil drum, inverted oil drum. And they, I think, pretty much finished drilling well number 3, although they have not yet put down the geothermal tubing into well number 3. So good solid progress, no breakdowns today. Everything went according to plan, and it was a successful day of drilling here at Hibner home on High Ledge Drive. So it's about 1 p.m. on Thursday, April 15th, and the crew has completed well number 3. You can see it right down there by that pallet. And they're beginning the process to dig well number 4 of 6. So you can see here that the driller, the first X feet of the well is encased with an auger, and then the actual drilling continues on with that smaller internal drill that you see there going farther down. So right now they're positioning the next length of the drill bit and ready to start drilling down with the auger. So he's positioning that, getting it to where it will connect to the other piece below it. Looks like there's a problem with it or something of that matter. So that's kind of the process when they start a new well. First they encase the drill with an auger. Boom, he's positioning it and now letting it connect to the piece underneath it, and the drilling can continue. Now the 2 auger pieces, the new one and the one below it, are being connected. And I would think that pretty quickly here that they will start drilling this new section of the well. Okay, once the 2 pieces, the internal and external, the auger and the internal drill core, he swings and brings the drill unit forward, puts the mechanical portion of the drill on top of it, brings it down to connect it, gets it all positioned and placed appropriately, and then the drilling can begin with this new section of auger and the actual drill, internal drill. Looks like that is just about to begin here shortly, once the pieces are connected. As you can see, he's doing there. Okay, all looks good. And onto the machine and start the next segment of the drilling. There we go. Looks like it's turning. And the head will slowly start to move downward to embed the next portion of the auger. And that's sort of the process that I've seen them do to begin each new well. So they had to retract the drill bit. It was getting clogged up. Pull it up, clean it out. Now they're lowering the sections of the inside diameter drill shaft that's attached to the drill bit. And once they've got that all repositioned, they can drill down deeper. So you can see that reattaching each section of this thinner inner diameter drill shaft, and of course the auger section is much larger diameter at the bottom there of the drill, and that's what holds the well open for as many feet as they go down with it. So they've cleaned out the drill bit and are repositioning the sections of the well they've already drilled to continue on to a deeper depth of 100 feet. Okay, this is Al Hibner again. We've reached the end of the day on Thursday, April 15th, and we've drilled 3 wells and are working on well number 4 today. It's close to being finished, I believe, and it will certainly be finished on Friday, April 16th, day number 9 of drilling, and we should be going into, hopefully tomorrow they will start well number 5 on April 16th, Friday, and hopefully finish that up and complete well number 6 next week, the week of April 19th. So progress is being made here on our geothermal system. Here we are on Friday, April 16th, and this is day number 8. Well number 4 has just been finished, and they are now ready to move the drilling rig to begin setting up for well number 5. So the drum here is well number 1, then you see 2, 3, 4 is right down there in front of that little tub. They're cleaning the machine. They've taken it down off the jacks and will be ready to move it to a new location for well number 5. So we're seeing the rig being repositioned here for well number 5. Actually, what I think they're doing is bringing it up to well number 3 so they can actually remove the auger section of well number 3 now that it has cemented the geothermal tube down in the well. They can remove the auger portion, outer portion around it. This is Al Hibner again. It is Sunday, April 18th. It is an absolutely beautiful day out here, and I just wanted to give an update, a progress update on the geothermal well drilling so far. Now this is the actual 8th completion of the 8th day of drilling. The drill was on site on Tuesday, April 6th. We've had actually 8 total days of drilling. The drill didn't get here on Monday the 5th because of a mechanical problem. And this past week on Monday, it was down for repairs, as we talked about earlier. You can see that blue tube there. That was a replacement of a hydraulic pump for the water. So where are we? Okay, here's well number 1. On the back there is well number 2. This is well number 3 here. There's well number 4. You can see it's still attached to the cowling of the auger there. I haven't pulled that out yet. What they do is they let the tubing, the geothermal tubing, HDPE tubing, they let it set up. There's a bentonite that they inject with the water. Bentonite, it infuses with water, it hardens up a little bit, and basically allows so that the tubing won't fly out of the hole after they put it down. So on Monday, tomorrow, they'll be removing that auger, and the well will be completed as far as they're concerned. So where are we? Well, as of Friday afternoon, they began to drill well number 5, and there's well 6 remaining. So Brian is believing that probably by Wednesday or Thursday of week 3, and we're looking at potentially 10 to 11 total days of contact time, drilling time, to complete 6 wells using this particular central mining equipment drilling unit. I believe it is a model 55/300 mobile drilling unit. Just an amazing piece of gear. So that's the update for today as of Sunday, April 18th, and we're looking at the completion of this job in the coming week. That's it for now. It is Monday, April 19th, and it looks like well number 5 has been completed. I can see the HDPE tubing down the well hole there, so that's a good sign that the tubing is down. That means that wells 4 and 5, you can see 4 in the foreground, still have the augers. So those will have to be removed, and then they'll move on to well number 6 and close out the job. So that's the update as of Monday, the 19th of April. Well number 5 has been drilled and the tubing is down. This is Hibner again. Today is Tuesday, April 20th, and this is the 10th full day of drilling. We'll give you a little progress update. Right here we have under the barrel here well number 1, which was drilled starting on April 6th, 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. Well number 2 back there, you can see well 2 right there. Well number 3 right here. And what they did today, before they started well 6, was they pulled out the augers that were surrounding the HDPE tubing for well number 4, and did the same thing for well number 5, which you can see right there. Pulled the augers out to reclaim the augers. And what they're doing right now is continuing to drilling well number 6. And I would venture to say that that is the actual HDPE tubing that will be going down well number 6 sometime tomorrow on Wednesday, April 21st. So that's kind of where we stand on April 20th. And the 5 wells completely done. Drilling the 6th, and they expect to be finished by tomorrow, Wednesday, April 21st. And in fact, the crews will be coming to start working on the inside of our house to get it ready to receive the new equipment, the new water furnace. So we expect that the crew will be coming back to excavate the ground around all these wells and tie them together, and then ultimately go right into, use a trench to go right directly toward that window and into the house. So that is the status update today, April 20th. The drilling job is almost finished, should be finished on the 21st of April. Here we are on Wednesday, April 21st, and Mother Nature has thrown us a little bit of a curveball. Got 3 inches or so of heavy wet snow. So the crew is drilling well number 6. Today's the last day of drilling. They only have 15 feet left to drill. And then tomorrow on Thursday, the 22nd, they will pull the drilling rig out of here. And this was the final day of drilling. You can see that the HDPE pipe is down the well, and all they have to do is remove that last section of auger. So they have it strapped to the auger so that it doesn't come out even more. It's been kind of hard for them to get the augers out. It keeps pulling some of the pipe up, so they have to be careful with that. So bottom line, that's it. This is well number 6. All I have to do is pull that last section of auger, and tomorrow on the Thursday, the 22nd, this drilling rig will be gone. The inside crew has started working today as well, so we'll segue over to what they did today.